I've been consuming as much data as I can on Valve's new hardware devices and come up with 5 facts about each one you may not have heard about. In this video series, we'll cover each device in 5 minutes or less. Stick around. The Steam Machine. Number 1. Upgradeable RAM. When you think of Steam Deck and now Steam Machine, you think about a fixed hardware device with no real means of expansion or upgrades outside of maybe putting in a new SSD for more storage space. Well, during one interview with a Valve engineer on the Steam Machine, they let it slip that the system memory was actually user expandable, or at least replaceable, but it isn't super straightforward, probably meaning some disassembly is required for access. That's actually a pretty good deal that nobody seems to be talking about. Number 2, full-sized NVMe support. While it looks pretty obvious when watching videos or seeing photos of the Steam Machine with the hood open, the SSD included is indeed a 2230 design like the Steam Deck uses. However, it's clear it was designed to handle at least a 2280 sized NVMe, giving way to the possibility of a 4TB or even 8TB storage option in the future. Of course, Valve wants you using the SD card for storage expansion, but we know you get more bang for the buck along with the convenience factor of fixed internal storage. The good news is the Steam Machine won't make the same mistake the Deck made in shipping an inferior small storage SKU. The machine will be in 5 12GB and 2TB configurations, and even the lower SKU will be more than enough space to handle all the incidentals, Proton, shaders, etc., of a 1TB SD card full of high-end game installations. Number 3. MicroSD crossplay with Deck and frame. Speaking of that SD card slot, which is right on the front by the way, one of the features touted that seems to be more of a duh thing is the ability to swap SD cards loaded with Steam games seamlessly between the Deck, machine, and frame. And while that sounds great on paper, there are some catches they aren't sharing. Now, many people on Steam Deck already segregate content between SD cards and swap them out, almost like cartridges. Certain types of games, or maybe emulation on one card, games on another, or a completely different genre on yet another card. Of course, those in the know realize that game saves, Proton versions, and shader caches for that game are not stored on the SD card with the binaries. That means the moment you insert the card and want to play a game, well, you could be sitting there for a while waiting for cloud syncs, Proton updates, and shader caches to come down the pipe. Still a neat feature, but certainly not the whole story. Number 4. Size matters. It has been hammered home in multiple videos and by Valve themselves about how small the Steam Machine is. But until you actually can interact physically with it and start comparing it to things in your world, that it starts to set in just how remarkable this little guy is. I took to some rapid prototyping using some packing styrofoam I had laying around, and this is about how big the unit is. Roughly 6 inches square and a tad bit deeper at 6.39 inches. It is one dense beast at 5.75 pounds, so let's look at it compared to some crap I have laying around. With my big man hands, I can practically palm the thing. It isn't much bigger than a stack of 15 music CDs and even a pop figure is in the ballpark. Yet it weighs more than these 4 containers of 1.25 pounds of kitty treats, which means it is one dense piece of kit. It is damn close to a throw it in your backpack device, especially since the power brick is built in. All you need is a common figure 8 power connector at your destination. Sometimes size matters. Number 5. Streaming possibilities. So much of the discussion online is how Steam Machine can host games for the streaming-first Steam Frame VR headset. Let's not forget, though, that Steam Link and game streaming works several different ways, including sending games to the Steam Deck. Maybe time to cancel that GeForce Now subscription that's been nibbling at your wallet every month and have your games streamed from the machine to the Deck. Obviously, that doesn't solve the issue of anti-cheat games being playable, something that a Windows PC or something like GeForce Now solves, but for those looking to justify adding a Steam Machine to the living room to augment the terrible as a TV console Steam Deck, being able to dump a $5 to $20 a month subscription service could really tip the scales. Oh, and all those TV boxes, smart TVs, Raspberry Pis, phones, and tablets that support Steam Link are going to be able to play your games from the Steam Machine as well. That's pretty neat. There you have it, folks. 5 facts in 5 minutes. Look for the other 2 videos in this series, and if you like what we're doing and want to be on the cutting edge of info on Valve's new hardware, be sure to subscribe to the channel. While you're down there, like and share with other like-minded enthusiasts like yourself. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time.